Right. And you guys go to the studio at some point and you drop your first song, No Time for Sleep.
Yeah, we did no. I did No Time for Sleep. I dropped No Time for Sleep like 4 or 5 months later. I came on February, so I dropped in September. It was like 7 months later.
Right, and around that time, you signed with Rock Nation Management.
I signed with Rock Nation. Rock Nation. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. Yeah, who the fuck gave me Henny? Yeah.
Well, I remember you were talking about you had a conversation with Jay-Z after signing to Rock Nation.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Huh?
Didn't he tell you like you were just into too much drama or something like that? Or?
Nah, he ain't tell me that. I don't want to talk about Jay-Z.
Okay, fair enough.
What nonsense? Jay-Z now playing. That's what I'm saying. I ain't fucking with Jay. What up, nigga? What up, nigga?
So,
yeah, Shmurda gang.
So you
think Jay-Z runs the industry?
Nigga.
He runs it though, right? Fuck.
Op Nation. He don't run it.
You don't think he run the industry? I feel like
He don't run it. But fuck them niggas though. You know what I'm saying? I slap the shit out of Jay-Z, bitch, nigga. Pop that thing, little claps. No, what you said on that rap.
You know what you should do? I can get you a bag if you fight Jay-Z on Brannerist.
I don't fight my shit.
Oh, my bad. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Pew, pew, right?
No, bye!
Bye-bye!
Smile after.
Yeah, well, Nicki said, Dear Jay-Z and Deseret, you ruin hip-hop, you ruin football, you ruin basketball, you ruin touring, you ruin Instagram, you
Don't
ruin
worry,
Twitter.
y'all. I'm coming.
The
Hot
jig is
Nation's
up.
coming.
All this is legend for entertainment purposes only. And she went on and on. I guess Desiree's daughter is suing her, and there's a bunch of messiness that's happening. And
They said that she had cameras and shit. They spy on them motherfuckers, boy. They gangsters. I'll tell you that. One thing I give you, they some gangster motherfucking businessmen. You right? Yeah, it's crazy.
And then, Colin Kaepernick's wife, Nessa, she chimed in, and she said that Jay-Z basically sold out to the NFL by silencing Kaepernick and everything else like that, and that's how he got his deal.
Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Critical Combat. We got MMA fights. We got the basketball coming. We got all types of shit coming. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with the sports shit over there, but I want some new flavor. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't selling nobody out. You heard? I'm on the board. I got the morals. So I'm making sure we make some moral decisions.
Yeah. So what Nessa's saying is that she alleged the Rock Nation took $5 million per year for 5 years to help redirect the conversation away from the Kaepernick blackballing.
Everybody say that they be blackballing them, right? But I'm trying to tell you, they own SEOs and all type of shit. Yo, bro, I be going on shows every day. Every other month, every time I start doing new shows, I start losing 100,000 followers. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gaining more fans. I'm outside, people yelling, seeing me everywhere. What the how the am I? And then you look at they artists, you look at Rock Nation on, putting millions behind them, and they not doing nothing. They not going nowhere. People don't want to see them. So they be mad at people like me. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be named as a rapper no more, bro. Because it's like when you do that rapper it's like you're trying to come for that light. You feel what I'm saying? It's nasty. Like these labels is nasty. Like look what they just did to Tory. That is nasty, man. That's nasty. And then like the whole rap community that's supporting these, yeah, it's disgusting, man. Cause these are the same people that come from saying that they live our lifestyle, that they came from our lifestyle. These motherfuckers people out here playing dress up right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? These playing dress up from left to right. I ain't even get out my bed today. Yeah. I'm like, God damn, son. Tory, Young Thug, Cass. Yeah, he's just like trying to lock up every fucking body, bro. This shit, I don't want to be a rapper, bro. I don't even want to be a rapper. This shit not even funny. Like this shit is crazy, bro. Like and then motherfuckers out here want to be artists after it. Like y'all niggas want to do all this shit. Just playing dress up, bro. Y'all gotta understand, bro. These people are good kids.
Yo, what it is, people, we is back. Another day on Keep It G News. Today, we gotta discuss Bobby Shmurda. Now, what y'all just watched in the beginning is Bobby Shmurda just all-out disrespect of Jay-Z, Rock Nation, and anything that got Jay-Z name attached to it, right? Now, most people, if you're not familiar with this situation, probably doesn't even know what is Bobby Shmurda beef with Jay-Z? And how did it get to this point? Because I think most of us that was, in tune with hip-hop was waiting for the return of Bobby Shmurda because he came and went. He had like 2 hot songs in like 2014 and went straight to prison. Like, we never got a chance to see his full potential. We never got a chance to see Bobby Shmurda grow. So when he caught his time, a lot of time, caught 7 years, most people waited and was like, yo, I know Shorty gonna come back strong because he went in strong, but that's not what actually happened. Actually, when he came home with all the anticipation that was surrounded by his release, it fizzled out. Damn near no music for 7 months. And most people was trying to figure out why. Now, these academics did an awesome job of, detailing the beef between Bobby Shmurda and Jay-Z.
That was commenting about these stories. Here it is. Exhibit 1, people. I'm going to tell you the story behind this. Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda says that's Roc Nation's lawyer as well. He's talking about Alex Spiro. They got him on standby. Like some, I don't even want to talk about. What do you mean you don't want to talk about it? It is disgusting. He says weird, but he means word to my mother, though. Just thought y'all should know. Enjoy your day. Free Tory. That's interesting. I'm actually really shocked. Why would Bobby say that? Remember at one point when Bobby got out, he was supposed to be on Roc Nation. Whatever happened to Bobby Shmurda's career? Why was Bobby Shmurda on Instagram after Epic didn't want to touch him anymore because he was working with Roc Nation? Remember they kept giving him them hats with the planes on it? Whatever happened to his career after that? He started gyrating his waist a little bit too much and just the hoochie daddy waving up. Whatever happened? Bobby Shmurda says major labels are blackballing them. Okay. There was a time he said he was getting shadow banned on Instagram. He accused it. Look.
I know chicks.
Nah, that's the labels. No, look, that's the labels. These far. But it's first. Now look. Even if you put it's, look.
Bobby was showing that he's damn near shadow banned on Instagram. Epic wouldn't pay like $3 million for him to get out of jail. Maybe 4. I think it was $4 million for him to get out of jail. They're like, we don't know, but we're gonna keep his contract. Roc Nation comes in because they know he's about to get out. Everybody in the culture is like, yo, he held it down. This is a real nigga. This is also after the time with 6ix9ine, so people are like, yo, we're gonna celebrate the realest nigga. Roc Nation comes in to say, oh shit, this guy's gonna get shit ton of money. He's gonna be the most lit nigga because he's the definition of keeping it real. They come in, they offer to advance him some money to help out his fam. They're like, yo, we'll give you some bread, blah, 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 blah. All we want is that we want to manage you and eventually sign you. Bobby's in jail. Bobby says, of course, I want to sign to y'all. Let's go. Y'all are helping me out. When he gets out, Epic is no punks. Epic literally looks at Roc Nation and looks at Bobby and says, check this out. Whatever y'all had planned, you're still under contract to us. Now, Roc Nation could buy us out and you could go over there, but we know what you're worth. They're going to have to give us that. Now, this is what fans never know. Bobby's not like, remember Bobby didn't drop music at first? All this was happening in the background. Roc Nation, and this is why I say they're bullies, they didn't want to pay Epic what they should have paid him. If you want the nigga so bad because you think he's the realest and he's blah blah, pay Epic, get them out the way, and it's your artist now. By the way, they've done this multiple times. They did this with motherfucking Meg Thee Stallion. Yo, if you're claiming 1501 is so bad, just pay them. When somebody's in a contract, don't try to use our cultural clout to get them out. Pay the money to get them free and you sign them. But they're cheap and they use this cultural flag and then they ruin people's careers. They'll sacrifice the artists. So Bobby, like, he's stuck in the middle. The company says, pay us. They don't want to pay him. They want Bobby to rebel against Epic. Bobby can't rebel against Epic because Bobby's still under contract. He's trying to drop new music. If you can't diss Epic, like, fuck Epic and then drop a song. Like, they're gonna feel away. So he's kind of like playing it neutral. They want Bobby to turn, like they've done this before. They did it with Uzi. They wanted Uzi to turn against Generation Out. They want the artists to crash out against their current label that they could be seen as the good guys, as, oh, we're coming to sign you. Bobby didn't do it, or he couldn't do it. And then they wouldn't pay, so Bobby's in limbo. Here's who hurts when an artist is in limbo. The artist, because the artist's career is stagnant. They can't move. And you know, everybody who gets out of jail, that clout only lasts for a certain amount of time. So Bobby couldn't drop no music. His clout is in limbo. And they're basically saying, we're not gonna pay. And Epic is like, what the fuck? Epic sees the play and says, all right, well, we're not gonna fund this anymore. Pay us, or we're down to take that loss on Bobby. We'll just live off his past catalog. If you want him in this hot period of him getting out, pay us. None of that happens. And essentially what happens, they drain Bobby. Pause. They just let him sit there, clout decreases, nothing happens. Roc Nation eventually realized Bobby isn't worth as much as they thought he would be, because now it's months after, it's like a year after. They're down to let him go. Epic ain't down to put no more money into Bobby. Bobby basically gets dropped. Bobby's now independent, and two companies fighting over him fucked him over. They fucked him over. Like, now the niggas doing hoochie daddy dances. Hoochie daddy, like, that's it. So again, when people tell me about Roc Nation, I'll be like, bro, please just like, yo, Roc Nation is the most anti-cultural company I can see. And I'm not saying it's because of Jay-Z, it's because of their practices. They use Jay-Z's face to do it. Because it's not Jay-Z doing these things, it's Desiree and her people. They're doing it, but Jay-Z's face is on Roc Nation. It's The Rock.
So basically, y'all, Bobby Shmurda has been accusing Jay-Z of ruining his career. Ruined his career. You know, sending bots on his page, you know, messing with the algorithm, stopping music from coming out because of what DJ Academic said. It was a situation where when Bobby Shmurda was coming home, he was signed to Epic. Jay-Z and them wanted to latch on to this momentum that they thought Bobby was going to have coming home. And it kind of messed up his contract. It messed up contract negotiations, because what ultimately happened is, once Jay-Z and them, they put all this pressure on Epic to do something with him. Epic ended up shelving him. And then once Roc Nation realized that, you know, this momentum ain't what we thought it was, they backed away from him. So it kind of put him on the shelf. And that is wrong. And I've told y'all on this channel, we have talked about it on this channel, how Roc Nation moves when it comes down to contract negotiations, and how they kind of predatory when it comes down to stealing artists. We watched it with Carl Crawford and Meg Thee Stallion. We've seen that whole situation play out. Now, Bobby Shmurda's situation, to me, I thought was a little bit different. Like, before I did this video, I really wasn't aware of everything that they had going on. I seen the disrespect like most people, but I was kind of in the dark. But Bobby Shmurda decided yesterday night or early in the morning today to go on a campaign, to go on another campaign on Jay-Z. And I was left confused. And the reason why I was left confused is because it was confusing. The first post he leaves off with is Jeezy. Now, we know Jeezy and Jay-Z got a relationship musically. I don't know if it's personal, but we know they have done a lot of music together. And Jeezy was on Carmelo Anthony platform discussing his relationship with Jay-Z and songs that they had together and how they was going to do a video, but Bobby Shmurda came out.
Real story. Me, Hove, Ty, Emery, all sat in his office and wrote a treatment for the video. We was gonna fly in to Miami on jets, do it. The first verses on the runway. Then we was gonna go do a party at Live and invite everybody for a pool party and do a show that night. This was happening. This was happening. And then Bobby Shmurda came. Because he called me. He's like, all I'm here was hot nigga. He's like, I don't know, man. What? He's like, I don't know, man.
That hat flew in the air.
Yeah, I was just like, damn. He's like, let's let Bobby do his thing. I was like, shit. Damn.
Now, when I first seen that clip, the first clip, I was confused. Because I was like, what role do this play in this situation? It looked like to me, Jay-Z was, supporting him. If he tell him, oh, let's hold up, we don't want to step on Bobby, we don't want to step on Bobby heels, let him rock out, it seems like support. But then on the other end, I think what Bobby Shmurda was trying to show was Jay-Z and that was well aware of me from the beginning. So I think he trying to set up this play to say that they was on some bullshit. They wanted me to sign from the very beginning. When I first came out, they was watching me. But then he goes on to talk about his arrest and some inconsistencies or some misconceptions of his arrest and how he ultimately ended up catching time. He blames Alex Shapiro. And this is where I get completely lost. Just after being officially sentenced to 7 years in prison Wednesday morning, October 19th, Bobby Shmurda is regretting the terms of his plea deal. The New York Daily News reports the rapper immediately retracted the plea deal he accepted last month to benefit his GS9 brethren, Roddy Rebel, Flea, Montana. Once the gravel banged, Shmurda refused to sign any required waivers and documents. I was forced to take this sentence. I don't want to take this sentence, Shmurda said, as his frustrated lawyer Alex Shapiro stood alongside him in the courtroom. Bobby turned to Spiro and said, I want to drop my plea and fire you. Why are you telling me to waive my rights? I'm not waiving my rights. Days before his court date, Shmurda pleaded guilty to conspiracy in the 4th degree and criminal possession. According to the deal, Shmurda would spend 7 years with time served behind bars. Today, the judge announced the sentence for 1 count of conspiracy and 1 count of weapon possession, along with 5 years probation. In a recent interview, Shmurda claimed he accepted the plea deal to help reduce his boy Roddy Rebel's sentence. Now, sadly, Shmurda wants nothing to do with the plea and refused to accept probation after his sentence is up. One mistake while under post-release supervision could earn him more time behind bars. Now, I decided to read that whole article from Vibe magazine because I like to provide more context. He only posted, probably a couple paragraphs from that article, but I didn't understand what he meant. So the whole time, we was thinking that Bobby Shmurda took this time for Roddy Rebel, and that ain't what actually happened. Bobby Shmurda didn't want to take the time. He tried to back out the plea deal. And the reason he tried to back out the plea deal is because he blamed Alex Shapiro, because Alex Shapiro tried to make him sign over his rights. But yo, Bobby, when you take a plea deal, you got to sign over your rights. Like, Alex Shapiro didn't make you do anything crazy in that situation. And I think this goes into education level. And I noticed that in the music industry that they target a specific group of black men, young black men. Like, everybody that's in the streets and young isn't ignorant or doesn't lack comprehension skills. And it's like, even if Bobby thought that back then when he was in his early 20s, he older now, and he still think that somehow, because Alex Spiro told him to sign over his rights, he think that somehow he got done dirty. But he caught 7 years when other guys that was involved in GX9 caught 83 years, 50-something years. Like, yo, these guys caught an enormous amount of time. It's a blessing that Shmurda and Roddy Rebel is still home. But for somehow, some way, he blames Alex Spiro. Like, he did him wrong and did him greasy. And y'all heard in that article that when he was having this conversation with the judge, Alex Spiro was looking at him crazy. He was upset or confused as to what actually was going on because he didn't tell him to do nothing wrong. Now, Bobby Shmurda used this confrontation or this situation with Alex Spiro in court when he took his plea deal with GS9 to basically say that Jay-Z and them try to have some type of hand in this. As y'all said, this is a billionaire with y'all yang sucking asses. Now listen up. It's not about how you say things. It's about what you're saying. Like, you're not going to tell me in a nice way you're going to arm my family and take all my money, right? So wake up, stupid. Now, this is a billionaire, 40-year-old man at the time. I was a 19-year-old, less fortunate youth from the hood, trying to make it out. And this what they was doing at the top. Now that I'm out of jail, after his lawyer put me in there, Alex Shapiro, which is public, you can look it up, I told him I was forced. The judge said he didn't care. He was sending me and all my friends upstate, and we can get it on appeal. I knew they wanted to make up for it, so when I came home from prison, I knew they were the only one that can get me out of my Epic deal. I was held up on for 6 years in prison. I was the only artist that was held up on a deal for 6 years. Major label, aka $1 billion company. There's people out here doing unprovocative things for deals, LOL, that I don't give a F about. I just want what's mine. What they've been trying to take for years through shadow ban and bad press. That's why you haven't been hearing my music. Or if you follow me, you probably didn't get to see content. I know I came out in 2014 when it was viral. Actually viral now. We were fed bullcrap all day when things were liked because they were lit, naturally funny, naturally lit, naturally real. Now everything is fake with money behind it. They took this shit back to TV and gave us just a little bit of freedom. Now the jig is up. They've been scamming for years. The rest of these whole niggas that's untalented are going to do anything to be put in front of a screen. Point blank period. And when you go to the comments, a lot of people is confused. A lot of people tell Bobby Shmurda he needs to take this down because it doesn't really make sense. Then he goes on to show Alex Spiro credentials and how many cases he beat for Jay-Z and how long he been working for Jay-Z. And it's just like, yo, where are we going at here? And mind you, I'm all for calling out fuck shit. I'm all for calling out sellouts. I mean, if Jay-Z sold you out, hey, man, hey, get on his ass. Y'all know how I operate over here. But you gotta at least make it make sense. And I'm not saying he's wrong on anything he's saying, anything he's feeling, outside of the plea deal. You gotta sign over your rights when you sign a plea deal. He wasn't wrong for asking you to do that. When you take a plea deal, you forfeit your right, and this is what you gotta sign over. You have to forfeit your right to an appeal. Now, maybe you didn't understand that in his early 20s, but he should be about 30, at least close to 30 plus now. You should understand that now. Like, I don't know if maybe Bobby Shmurda was drunk or high when he decided to post this, but he's still going. Like, he ain't stopped yet. And I think this just built up frustration, because I understand it can get frustrating when you're dealing with these labels. We seen Pooh Shiesty just completely crashed out of frustration, dealing with the labels, dealing with black CEOs, because you would expect the black CEOs to not treat you like the white CEOs, but what end up happening is the black CEOs get to that point by adapting the mentality of the white CEOs. And it's a dirty game. And maybe rap ain't for Bobby Shmurda. What you realize and what I realized over the course of me being on the internet is that, yo, this is not a place for real guys. The industry, whether it's entertainment, music, blogging, it's not for the real. You can't have morals and principles and stand on any type of code to make it far in this. Because you're going to end up getting upset, yo, because these people don't play fair. These people promise you things and back out of it. People play like they're your friends and don't really fuck with you. They just around you just because it's beneficial for them at the time. Then once it's not beneficial, they back up and act like they never knew you. Like, it is a dirty game, and maybe this game ain't for Bobby Shmurda. He might just need to, ain't no point of being mad about it. Because that ain't going to change the situation. And you talking about somebody like a company like Rock Nation and an artist like Jay-Z who got pulled. And I agree. Like Bobby Shmurda said, Rock Nation isn't owned by Jay-Z, he's just the face. That's Desiree Perez doing. She running the day-to-day over that motherfucker, which is crazy to me, but, we talked about that before. But overall, and all in all, I just hope Bobby Shmurda figure this shit out. Like I said, maybe rap ain't for you, short. Ain't no point to keep knocking down the door and they don't want to let you in. You already was in. You seen what it was like, and you backed out of it. Or maybe you was forced out of it, but, everything happened for a reason. But I think it just shows how the artists target certain people, man. They're not just looking for any black young nigga that can rap. No, they looking for black young niggas that's ignorant, that they can control and manipulate. And as of this far, they have been successful with doing it. We see it with the bloggers. And some of these guys are adults. They ain't even all the way young. It's just a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game. And hopefully Bobby Shmurda figure it out. But I did not understand damn near nothing he was saying in these posts. And I think most people in the comments didn't understand it either. Because you can't blame Jay-Z and Alex Spiro for you going to jail. Like, that was wild. Can't blame niggas for you going to jail, man. Y'all niggas went to jail. How y'all went to jail? Then he came out and basically said that, I didn't ever... So this narrative that he took the 7 years so Roddy Rebel can get 7 years wasn't even true. He wanted to back out that motherfucker immediately as soon as he signed the deal. You feel me? He had another hearing, I think it was in September. And then a couple weeks later in October, he wanted to rescind. But it was too late. You already pled guilty. You're like... Only time you can withdraw a guilty plea, you got to have substantial reasoning behind your withdrawal. He said he was forced, but was he really forced? And if you didn't take the plea deal, you might have ended up like the rest of them niggas. I showed y'all some of the time the other guys caught. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. What's up, Bobby Shmurda, man? Like, I know he frustrated. But I know he ain't going about it the right way either. And I know the more and more he put out these posts, the more confusing it get. The best thing he need to do is just go live. Go live and explain it. Because everybody can't visualize things and put it on paper. Some people got to, do it live. Got to actually speak to the people. It makes more sense that way in some cases. But let me know how you feel about this in the comments. It's another day of Keep It G News, and I'm out.